This is the Object 260, a Tier 10 Soviet collector heavy tank. And you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to go over to this little option here and press sell. Goodbye, Object 260. Now the good news is I can always get it back for 7,500 gold later in the year if I grind that gold and get the tank. But the reason I've sold the vehicle is because right now the T77 is available in the stores for gold, and it is exactly 7,500 gold. In my opinion, this tank is much more worth it than the Object 260. So I am very glad to finally have the T77 on my free-to-play account. This thing is insane. And yeah, I've been wanting to get my hands on it for quite a while, essentially, since it was released. So, yeah, now that I have the T77, my free-to-play will be unstoppable. Let's start with upgrading it. That's actually a really sick camo for this vehicle. I got some other camos, but this is probably one of the only good ones that'll... Ooh, you know what? Let's put Fires of War. I think that actually looks really, really good on this tank. Let me go equip it, and then we'll go pull it out. And just like that, our T77 is fully equipped. This is just such a nice looking heavy. It's very clearly based off the T57 heavy. And yeah, the gun's just about as deadly. That is the main reason why this vehicle is so busted. It features a 2-shot autoloader, and each shell does 380 damage, with only a 2.5 second interclip. That means, in 2.5 seconds, you can deal 760 damage, as a tank that has 2,000 hit points, decent accuracy, and even pretty solid DPM. You can imagine why this is pretty busted. So we're gonna see just exactly how busted it is in our first battle. Now the vehicle isn't the fastest, it only reaches a top speed of around 35, which, you know, it's not anything insane, but it's fast enough, and it actually has a pretty good power to weight. The tank also has very troll armor on not only the hull. Oh, is our team actually going to go uphill? Yes, they are! It's very rare to have a team that goes uphill on Middleburg, especially on the EU server, but this one's actually doing that. You can see the 10 degrees of gun depression here, though. It looks so weird on this tank, but you know what? It works. That's all that matters. The tank also has very solid turret armor. It's like 230 to 50 mils at certain angles, and it's very troll, just like the T57 Heavy, where if you just shoot at the wrong spot, it'll randomly bounce, which can obviously be frustrating for the players shooting at the tank, but it's obviously good for me. Now, unfortunately, our first shell did not pen the T26C4, but the second one did, as we tracked him. The best way to deal with American vehicles is to usually go for their track wheels. That's at least the advice I can give. So we're going to cross wide here. I might get shot once by the Super Pershing, but I think it'll be worth it if we can make it over here, just like so. Nice. Alright, we got the T44 off to the side. We got the Super Pershing over here, but what I'm actually hoping to do to start off is just finish off this guy. So there's one 380 damage shot, two. I mean... That's so stupid, what we just did to that player. So now, in 13 more seconds, we're able to do that once again. You can see why the T77 is a little busted. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's see, we got the fixer on the side. T44 shoots. There you go, one 389 damage shot, dead. I mean... just the fact that it has a 2.5 second interclip. And basically, I mean, this is a double shot concept 1B. That's what it is. It's just, it's ridiculous. So, let's see what we can do here. We got a Luva in mid. Okay. Well, let's get around our stock fixer. Oh boy. And see if we can get down. You'll notice that the tank's also pretty mobile. I mean, as I said before, it might only reach 35, but it's got a pretty solid power to weight to basically only drive at 35, so it's a pretty enjoyable tank to actually pull out for the majority of situations you put it in. So we got the AMXAC off to the side. There's one shell, and let's aim at a second one. We'll just hatch him. There you go. So he shoots me for 455, and we take about 800 off of his tank. Again, this is just a trading vehicle. Like, people can pen you all day, but they're never going to deal more damage than you because there's no way they're backing in the cover in 2.5 seconds. In just 3 more seconds, we'll have another 2 shells ready. So let's see. We got the 53 TP off to the side. There's one, and dead. I mean, we're already at 3,200. Alright, well... 14 more seconds, and another 2 shells will once again be ready. Let's see if we can get to the Luva. That's a pretty easy chunk of damage. I mean, we also might be able to get the Super Pershing, but where the player is right now, he's pretty far back. You know what, though? Looks like we might just be able to get it in. Come on. There you go. 1 shell into his tank, and is he going to back up? Oh, there you go. Nice. 2 shells into the Super Pershing. Okay, well, we do have the T-28 elf to our side. He does pen me, but that's fine with me. I don't really think he's too big of a threat. We're just going to wait right here for now. T-28 is, I'm not really sure what he's doing, to be real. But I'm going to let him do whatever he is doing, and we're going to head over towards the Luva. Let's see if we can get to his side. There's one 360 damage shot and a second 390 damage shot. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was 5,000 damage. I mean, I really don't feel like I need to say much else about this tank. Now, we might die unless our T-28 Proto actually does his job. There you go. Nice. Okay. I wonder if we can get the final shell into this T-28. Come on. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. No! He was facing towards the Chimera. Either way, I mean, that was a pretty stupid first battle. I am a firm believer in the fact that if you have the gold to purchase this tank, or you've been saving up gold and you're waiting for a good vehicle to get, buy the T-77. 7,500 gold is an absolute steal for this tank, especially when you realize that you can get like double gold bundles, which is what, like a double gold bundle, maybe for $10 you can get 7,500 gold. I would highly recommend to pick this vehicle up because it is so insane. Oh, here we are, second battle. So up against us, once again, another tier 8-7 game. That's expected of the first, couple games you play in a vehicle like this. So up against us, we have an AMX 5100, AT-15, Chimera. Okay, I mean, they got a pretty solid lineup, to be real. I don't know, I pressed negative. I accidentally... My Q and E buttons are affirmative and negative, so if I ever misplace my finger on the W key, I either press affirmative or negative. But, let's go to the Supremacy cap right here. This position is nice because if anybody tries crossing in the open, we can spot them for our team, and just like that, we've spotted an enemy T-77. There's 1 shell and 2 shells. Look at that. So, 748 damage right there. I mean, that is insane. It's actually insane. You can't name any other tier 8 apart from maybe a Caliban or a G-Sor that can deal that damage. And the difference is we don't have downsides. Like the G-Sor has no armor. It's a TD, so it doesn't have a lot of hit points. And the Caliban has 0 armor, has no mobility, and it has the worst accuracy. This vehicle gains all of those damage numbers, but it doesn't actually sacrifice anything to deal the damage. That's the insane part. So our team is off to the side. That's the good news. But the problem is our whole medium flank is just camping and spawn. So that's not necessarily good. I'm just going to wait here. There's the Chimera off to the side. Kind of hoping we can just pull up here and maybe get a shot or 2 into his tank. Come on. Here we go. Aiming, aiming, aiming. There's 1 pen. I don't know. Oh, well, maybe we're going to be able to get a second one out. If he stays on this side. Yeah, there you go. That was that was absolutely worth it. All right, well, the T-77 is dead because our WZ-111 actually is pretty decent. And the Chimera is also, basically a walking dead man. He's got like 20 health left. So, not a terrible start. The deadliest tanks on the enemy team are quite low at this point. I'm being quite cautious because they have a Jagdtiger, which I don't know where he is. They have an AT-15, and they have an AT-15A, all 3K plus DPM vehicles. So I'm not just going to, sit out in the open here. There's the 45 TP. Let's get... Okay, God, that was very disappointing, but that's fine, because we got the second one out. And it still rolled 400. I mean, that's ridiculous. The WZ gets a nice shot into the 45 TP. We've assisted 1,200 damage at this point. Not too bad. I'm kind of thinking we can just finish this guy off. Oh, that works too. The WZ is such a fantastic tank destroyer. Just the level of DPM the vehicle features, everything about the tank is so dang good. So we got the AMX off to the side, and unfortunate. We're getting more assistance damage. I mean, we've gotten 1,800 now. We just keep spotting people camping in the back, and we keep getting assistance for it. All right, well, let's see. We got the Jagdtiger who is sitting in that back bush. I'm kind of hoping that we can just drive up here, maybe get some damage into him. Let's see. Is he still there? Yes, he is. Not anymore, though. He is not there anymore. Oh, we got the Chimera. Bonk. He probably didn't think I had another shell. But again, this is a double shot take. And, yeah, you might want to be very careful when poking a T-77. So, let's reload. We're up to 2,000 assistance. And not only are we up to 2,000 assistance, but we've also dealt about 2,500. I'm hoping that our team good finishes that player off. I don't want to be spotted while crossing here. I'm pretty sure both of these ATs are somewhere in spawn, as they are very, very slow vehicles. So I would expect them, yeah, to be somewhere like that guy. There's one shell. Is he AFK? I'm not exactly sure, but I don't really care. We just took a massive chunk off his tank, max-rolled one of the shells. We are up to 3,500 dealt, and we've assisted a pretty insane amount as well. The AT-15 is dead. We're going to reload. 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's the enemy AT. Let's load heat. Unfortunately, the first heat shell did not go where I wanted it to, but that's fine. The second one lit him on fire, so we are able to deal 520, 30, 40. We're up to 3,800 damage at this point. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any more out. It's unfortunate my first heat shell did end up bouncing, but you know what? We might just be able to get the second shell out. Let's aim it again. Oh, what? Okay. Come on, game. What? Okay. Okay. That is so cringe. Sometimes the game just doesn't like you. And I don't know if it was whether my pens low rolled a bit or what, but that was pretty unfortunate. Let's be real. That was about as annoying as it can get there. Alright, let's try one more time. Let's see if my luck is just as bad. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. He's dead. But we did 2,700 assistance, which is pretty good. That's a lot. And we also did 35. Actually, no, we did more than 3,500. We did 4,013 damage. So we got an ace because of the assistance damage plus the damage we dealt. We got a high caliber, which means we made 220,000 credits. Just an absolutely insane vehicle. I would highly recommend, as I said, for anybody that wants to get just a completely overpowered tank, this is the vehicle. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.